Indie Bohemians, Indie Bohemians, Indie Bohemians Morning Show.
Combow from the Indie Bohemians Morning Show, coming to you from Gilda's LaughFest in Grand Rapids, Michigan. LaughFest is a 10-day comedy festival to support Gilda's Club in Grand Rapids. Over 20 Gilda's clubs around the country provide healthcare programs and support groups for those dealing with cancer. It was named for Gilda Radner, an original cast member of Saturday Night Live, who died from ovarian cancer in 1989. Every year, LaughFest has a signature event with tickets going for $250, plus more than $130,000 raised at the show from the High Five campaign. That's a minimum $5 donation with matching funds from Amway and Myers. This year's signature event featured comedians Sinbad, Kathleen Madigan, Jim Breuer, Michigan local Michael Kosta, and magician Justin Willman. I got to chat with all 5 of them before the show, and of course, I got to the most hard-hitting questions first. So can you tell me the struggles of being an attractive comedian and kind of the setbacks and things that you've had to overcome?
Well,
I deal with it myself. So
I can't say there's too many struggles, but I have the same struggles as any other comedian, if you're referring to me as being attractive. But
it's a comedy for attractive people, right?
That's my album's name. That came from, remember that Abercrombie and Fitch CEO who said that they only make clothes for attractive people,
right?
And that pissed everybody off, and then their sales went up. So I was like,
you were using
that's
that?
a good idea. It's obviously a joke. Anybody can laugh, anybody can be funny, but I sometimes get painted with that brush, and it bothers me a little bit. So I thought it'd be fun to poke fun.
All right, so you're leaving today.
Exactly.
Yeah. So whatever.
That was Michael Kosta, the Michigan native and also the host for the event. I also have to apologize for some of the background noise. Whenever you get 5 famous road comics together in one room, they tend to want to chat, also because a lot of them were just getting off the planes and everything. So next we asked Jim Breuer why he liked LaughFest over some of the other comedy festivals out there.
I like this one. I don't know. I'm detached from everything. I don't get into the industry. I just do stand-up. So as far as stand-up, this is definitely my favorite festival. The reason I say that, I would say Miami and all that, but because of the weather. But here, I don't know. I have a great feeling from the minute I show up. I feel the audience is they're manicured to laugh. It's not a it is a star festival, but they're really here for the comedy, and Gilda thing is huge, and they're aware of it. Where I don't know, that's just I get a good feeling from the minute I was hoping to come back here. I even asked my agency, "Can you please see if there's any interest?" And before I even said it, I got invited to this, so I was excited.
Do you have any personal cancer? Any of you guys?
Wife.
Your wife?
That's what I was talking about now.
Oh,
today,
sorry, that's what I jumped in.
She shaved her head today.
You didn't?
Just got
No solidarity there? Or
what's that?
No solidarity? You didn't shave your head with her?
No, she won't let me.
Aw.
Shave the rest
She won't? I want to. She won't let me.
Huh. Is she here?
No, she's home. She's really tired.
You know, some festivals have like a charity tie, but that kind of tends to sometimes get lost and kind of put, it's an afterthought. Oh, yeah, that's for this. But I think LaughFest has a reputation of being first and foremost for Gilda's Club, and I think people know that there's a great caliber of talent coming, and I think they know that the comedians are there because of the cause, and the people are coming because of the cause, and I think that makes for a better vibe. And I think the weather probably, colder weather means people want to be huddled inside laughing. Yeah. Miami, people aren't gonna. That's right for shirtless people.
I did, and they're surfing, and then they're too tired, and they're half laughing.
Yeah. I did an outdoor mall at the Miami Festival. So here, imagine if we did that here. It wouldn't happen. So it's good. I'm just happy there's a roof.
I'm sorry that the audience isn't going to be as nude, you know.
Yeah.
You don't know that yet.
Well,
don't know that.
There is an open bar, so. Next, we talked to Justin Willman, who has tons of TV credits, and you might recognize his face, but you wouldn't know that he was a magician/comedian.
Yeah, well, I hosted Cupcake Wars for 9 years, which is a blessing and a curse because, one, like, people are like, oh, that's that guy. But two, like, you don't watch that show and want to go see that guy. Be yelling at you to finish your cupcakes in 15 minutes guy. that doesn't relate. Yeah. So, but lately I've been I've got my first Comedy Central special on April 6th. It's coming out, so I'm excited to and actually festivals like this have helped me rebrand and introduce to people, like, here's what I really do.
Right.
Here's what I'd love for you to come see me do. So it's been nice.
Next, we got into how they felt about performing in a show where they knew everybody who was there spent $250 a plate just to see them, and if there was any added pressure in a situation like this.
As host, I'm just trying to not swear because I know they spend a lot of money. But at the same time, you do your jokes, man. Jokes are jokes. I hope that my jokes make people laugh if they spend zero money or $1,000. So I'm excited to just do I'm more concerned with getting their credits and their names pronounced properly. That's what scares me most about the show. Because as comics, like, your peers are your people, and so as a host, you want to make sure everyone's set up right. So that's my biggest concern.
Only I'm concerned about is 20 minutes.
Keeping it down to 20 minutes?
Yeah, and what am I doing in
Sure.
My bits are long stories, big setup.
Yeah.
I'm done with a premise and I'm 18 minutes in. Oh, no.
You got one huge laugh.
I'm the worst one-line joke. So that's... But other than that, I don't see this.
There's 5 of us, so I think we just need to focus on giving $50 worth of entertainment.
Perfect.
That's right.
I can do 50.
That's more manageable.
If someone could put in 100, I can.
If I could put in 30, they'd be happy.
Yeah.
Because you still got if you put in a full amount, Sinbad puts in full amount, they're still getting their money's worth.
Sinbad had a guitar on the airplane.
I saw that.
What does that mean?
Did you guys all fly together?
There's only one flight into Grand Rapids.
Right?
I was kind of wondering.
I saw that.
If there was a snowstorm, this show would not have gone on because me, you, and Sinbad were in the same flight.
We were all in the same flight.
But he had a guitar, so maybe that's some leaked information. Although maybe he just sits in his room and plays guitar.
I think he sits in his room and plays guitar.
Did you see the guitar?
It's
Or
a
just
guitar
the case?
Yeah. It's a guitar case.
You just open it up, it's full of merch.
Yeah. So being basically local, but what does it mean to you to have won it a few years ago and then come back in the signature event? Or do you just expect that?
It's an honor. I don't expect it at all. I don't ever expect anything. I'm honored and flattered that I got asked back. I was hoping to be asked back every year here. I love coming back to Michigan. Whenever I land in Michigan, I just feel like, okay, these are my people. I live in L.A. and I've lived in New York, and I love those cities too, but Michigan is where I'm from, so it has a different meaning. So I was very excited to come back.
So we found out that Sinbad dabbles in the guitar, possibly just on the airplane or in his hotel room. But then Jim Breuer left a little bomb for us as well.
My special comes out on Epix.
Oh, that's cool.
May 29th. Epix. And then I got a rock record coming out. So.
What?
Yeah.
What do you play?
Going crazy. Sinbad. I'm going crazy. Now you know what's going on with me and Sinbad.
Folk duo?
What's that?
Doing a folk duo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a full band out there. You guys could get something together. Play us a couple of singles, maybe?
Are
you touring?
I have a comedy album out.
Going to tour
called Comedy for Attractive People. That's out right now. But don't buy it if you're ugly, because you won't like it. Won't get it.
Jim also decided he would leave all the local Michigan jokes to the Michigan host.
It's usually the host tears that up.
Yeah.
So I never expect, especially when there's a host, I already... All right.
It's nice when there's a host. I wish I was doing 20 minutes with them.
We can eat a lot of the local grass, and then by the time I get up there...
There's nothing worse than, like, trying to make a local reference and totally botching it. Mispronouncing the mayor's name, and then you're just putting down.
It totally is. It totally is.
You just get the city name right.
Well, this is also my first time in Grand Rapids. So is there anything that you guys like to do when you get into town?
Check out LaughFest.
Oh.
You got to get coffee at, what is it, Madcap. You got to do that, and you got to drink beer. Do you drink beer?
No.
Well,
only whiskey.
Great beer here.
Yeah.
Great beer. Oh, yeah? Great beer, dude.
What beer should I
Drunk right now.
They've got the whole Founders breweries here. There's what's the big beer place? Hopcat.
I went there,
Coffee at Madcap.
Okay.
Beer at Hopcat.
cat.
Yeah.
They also have fries with sloppy Joe on top.
They do have
If you're
that.
into that.
I don't recommend that if you want to sleep at all, because I did that one time, and then I dreamt that I was a werewolf.
Bobcat has crack fries. They call them crack
Yeah.
fries.
Crack fries. I should bring up crack fries. I should just eat crack fries on stage.
So, Jim, I mean, I guess it's kind of you're torn a little bit when you have your wife's at home going through this and you had to leave, but it's also for cancer.
Yeah. Well, I stopped. I got rid of a lot of dates and only have about 3 dates left, and this is one of them.
Kathleen, sit there now.
Well, I'll get
They've
back.
already asked
Thanks
me
for the
like,
weekend, and I'm down.
I've been-
Yeah, she had breasts. She took breast out, took out ovaries, and now they found it in her lymph nodes.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's in all the lymph nodes, and technically it's still breast, but when it's all in the lymph nodes, it's
Yeah.
a little heavier.
Are you guys taking advantage of support groups and things like that Gilda's
we have
offers?
tons of friends
Yeah.
and all that jazz.
Can
We
you
don't go to
imagine?
groups and all that jazz, but yeah, everyone knows someone.
Right.
I shaved my head. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I used to puke. Yeah, me too. I used to puke for her.
Dad passed in August. Sister was a couple weeks later. Lung
Wow.
cancer. So, yeah, it's been a fun couple months.
Man. Jesus. And who has cancer now that you're talking?
Wife.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was right when Kathleen Madigan joined the group. And as you can see, this festival, it means a lot more to really all the performers. A lot more than just a gig, because it does have that tie with Gilda's Club, with cancer. And as we all know, everybody has been affected in some way by cancer. Kathleen and Jim got right into it, discussing the local pride they have for their hometowns. Are you guys in New York?
We're New Jersey. We're in
New Jersey? So you're from Long Island, right?
Long Island.
Okay.
Yes. LA till I die.
My favorite drinks, yeah.
You like that?
Vocal.
Nassau County.
I love it when people have an over amount of local pride. So fun. My dad is being one of those. Missouri, it's the greatest state ever. I don't know why you're not living there.
Missouri.
And he'll start with the speech. I'm like, Dad, nobody is moving to Missouri based on your recommendation.
Where in Missouri is it?
Lake of the Ozarks. We're from Ferguson.
I'm from.
actually.
Oh,
Oh,
Do I look a little more tough now? A little more thuggish?
that's where my boyfriend's from.
I'm leaving now.
All the Midwestern connections.
I have a little condo with the lake. Little
Oh,
boat
wow,
dock
that's
and
nice.
stuff. Yeah.
Party Cove.
We're on Cape? For
You
the
know,
Ozarks?
I'm done with the party
done
cove.
with the party
It's
cove?
done my years. Yeah, when a couple of years ago, there were too many people like were finding bodies.
There's that.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm good on the party cove.
Yeah.
I'll just be in my cove on the dock with a beer. Yeah. It's funny though, the local pride.
So funny. I just played there. It was as big as a bunch of knuckleheads. Still haven't left there. It's great.
Yeah. I still have uncles in Ferguson.
Yeah.
And I said to my brother, I go, I have my Uncle Bob, we call him Big Fat Bob Madigan. I go, I hope this doesn't turn into a race riot. Because Big Fat Bob isn't running anywhere. If it turns into a race riot, I hope Bob has locks on the door because his fat ass can't run down the street. Yeah, they're not leaving. They're proud.
No,
of
same
North
here.
St. Louis.
They haven't even left the same street.
Yeah,
They still live in
I
the
was-
same houses, everything.
yeah.
Yeah. So funny.
Didn't Drew Carey go back and buy his childhood house on the same street?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
In
It would be
Cleveland?
kind of funny to go back and buy your childhood home and then really trick it out the way it should have been.
Keep it out
but
big
your parents
time.
couldn't afford it. Yeah.
Live in a lower middle class neighborhood, just pimp it out. Just let them know.
Just let them know I'm
Who's
here.
boss?
That's right.
What happened to
Yeah,
me?
you know, Dick Wepper's down the street, but bowling's over. Okay? Comedy's the new thing.
Right. I'm going to clear these trees, show you what 4th of July is all about.
I'm going to get liquored up and write off $700 worth of shit I bought in an exit. You know, that was one of my biggest disappointments in California. I'm like, where are the fireworks stands? And they're like, no, you can't do that over here.
In this next part, Kathleen talks about how much she loves Michigan and wants to retire here. They also talk about how cool it is to get to do a show with some of the comics they never get to see.
I didn't know about until I got up there. I just like the people. And I love this city because it's small enough to have a festival where you feel connected. Like Chicago tried, but some people were 50 minutes out in the suburbs. Other people are North Chicago, South Chicago. It was a mess. I shouldn't say a mess, but it was very disconnected. It didn't feel like a festival. It just felt like I was performing in Chicago and I might see somebody I know at a bar. Mm-hmm. This, I feel like, yay, we get to see people. I never get to see these guys because we're all just working separately. So it's just silly fun.
So what's it like to get to do a show like this with 5 people in the bill? I mean, you're usually probably doing a 3-person, 2-person show.
Oh, it's heavenly.
It takes the pressure off.
I can do this amount of time and make the same amount of money. And I don't need the headline. I am perfectly happy going second. Yeah, I'm not in it to be a celebrity. I'm not in it to win it. I'm just in it to get retirement home and have some fun. So, no, this is great. 2020, I think. It's 2020. Successful. Yeah, it's a long show.
Yeah. Like Justin said, you only have to deliver $50 worth of comedy from the $250 plate. Takes the pressure off.
That's my part. Was that $50 worth of funny? Probably.
Then they fight over who has to headline the show. That's right, who has to headline the show, since there are 5 names on the bill. And Sinbad gets nostalgic about comedy condos. For anyone who doesn't know, a comedy condo is usually a place owned by a comedy club where comedians stay while they're performing that week at the club. They don't really have the best reputations.
He's one of the...
Get up there and give stuff. You have to give up stuff.
I'm not going last.
He's got...
Nobody, look.
I will stage rush one.
In any club, nobody wants to go. Back in the day, you wanted to go last because you thought that meant something.
That's right.
But now you're like this. I was doing a show, man. This young comic said, man, you want me to close? You close. I said, no, man. You go ahead and close. Because he told his boy, he's like, man, Sinbad's old. I don't know. He said, I'm going to hold back some. So when I got down, he was like this. Let's go kill him, man. Go kill him. I said, dude, once you've been in this game for 25, 30 years, it's like music. We're talking about music and comedy intersect so much. Yeah. The more you do it, the only thing that happens is we just get old. And then people don't call you sometimes like this. Matter of fact, you're funnier. We're probably funnier now than we were then because then you were trying to be funny. But now we're like this. Yeah. Man, you're talking like you're I got on stage. You're talking up to the moment you walk on stage. You see the young dude, he's like this. I said, dude, stop that. Stop that. You ain't curing cancer, man. Go out there and just tell some jokes, man.
You know who always wanted to go last was Panette.
No, he demanded.
Because he's a showman. He's like an old school show guy. Yes. Where if you weren't headlining, it meant, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because I would do a lot of split shows with him, like at Mohegan Sun and stuff. I'm like, I'd be glad to go first, John. No problem.
I'm going to get down and get something to eat.
Yeah, I'll be I'll be the bar.
Go on, man.
Yeah, he was a big guy on Gotta Be Last, though. That actually, it just doesn't mean that anymore.
It used to mean something.
No. It used to mean something.
Because you get the bigger room to the comedy condo. Remember, if you headline, you got the bigger room with the bathroom. See, the game has changed. You got the bigger room with the bathroom. There was a hierarchy when you showed up at the comedy condo. Like there was some opening dude in the main bedroom like this. Dude.
You didn't have to share a towel.
That's right.
The towel. The fucking towel.
No, I was different. I carried towels, vacuum cleaner, cleaning supply. I was that dude. I showed up with this blonde Jerry girl, and I had cleaning supplies and a vacuum cleaner. It was like this. It was just freak. And I would clean up my area. Well, I said, look, man, don't touch my stuff. Don't walk in my cleaning area. I said, don't touch my stuff in the refrigerator. You know, comics always, they always got to mess with you, and they did. So I put Visine in everybody's drinks. Everybody had diarrhea that night. I said, look, man, I ain't playing with y'all.
I think the condos not being a part of it anymore is a disservice to them.
It changed it.
I agree.
What made you get along? It made you find who you like.
My best friends are from condos. Ron White, Jeff Foxworth, all those guys, Zach and Matt.
Oh, God, you never Zach and Matt?
Yeah, talking about breakfast.
You know, I got them on the road.
I woke up to 7 pounds of bacon. 25
and that Cadillac, that big Cadillac with the broke seats.
Yeah.
I got them on the road. I went. Maurice's Gold Coast was the only black. I never heard of this place. I'm doing Jeff McKelvey's place, the Showboat.
Oh yeah.
And I said, these 2 comics, they want to open for you. They both over like 500 pounds a piece. And
St. Louis guy.
I got them job on the Red Fox show. Because Red's from St. Louis. Red put them on the show. But Zach left Mac one day. He had to get in my car. I said, I didn't know how to tell him he was too big. He said, man, you mind if I get a ride? I said, oh, let me call Mac, man. He said, no, I'll just ride with you. As soon as he got in the car, I heard, hot, 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 and the seat broke. Because all those seats were broke when you look up. But you know what? I never got it fixed because they died of heart attacks.
Both of them.
I never got my car fixed. I never got it fixed.
Finally, we got Sinbad all to ourselves, and he talks about Gilda's Club, starting out in comedy, and more about comedy condos.
First of all, Gilda was the joint. Gilda was Saturday Night Live.
I think that era is,
you know, and she's one of the first people, you know, getting cancer, and she was still young. Yeah, it was the first when Gene Wilder lost her. I mean, how it broke him up, and it was somebody we knew. Even if you didn't know her, you felt like you knew her because they were in your house every week. And that was the beginning before cancer, breast cancer, these were really big. She's one of the first entertainers who you really knew that was popular. Because we thought you were immune. You thought if you do comedy and you live this way, you thought you're immune to that. And she was like one of the first ones that, like, wow, they're going to lose it. I just think it was so great, man. I don't even know the history of it. I don't know who decided. Was it Gene? The first time I did the Gilda Radner thing was in Iowa. Yeah, it was in Iowa. Yeah,
I went to the house here, but they had like 20 of them around the country.
Yeah, I think Iowa was one of the first Gilda Radner cancer houses. I think it was one of the first ones.
This is the biggest.
Yeah, this is. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, here.
This is the largest.
And so you're from Michigan, right? Do a lot of people not know that? I was surprised.
I'm shocked. I mean, I'm from Benton Harbor, Michigan. I'm always shocked when people don't know.
You're shocked when they don't know.
Yeah, I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
But I think because being on the road, everybody thinks I'm from where they're from. People think I'm from Oakland. People think I'm from New York. People think I'm from Tennessee. Because I'm like a chameleon. I just adapt to wherever I go. Yeah, I'm like, wherever I go, that's where I'm at. You know, I don't go like, oh man, I'm not from here, and I don't know where people are from. I'm like this. I can live here. I can live here. I always think I can live here.
What city did you start out in?
Comedy, Kansas. I got kicked out the military in Wichita, Kansas.
And that's when you started?
Yep.
Nice. Well, yeah, this is my first year doing it. I did a community showcase. I'm only 3 years in, so I guess you were already pretty famous, you know, when this started, so you didn't really have to do those amateur showcases.
No, remember, we didn't have the opportunity you have. There were no showcases for stuff. All you had was some little local, if you just try to get food, so it might be some little local, as comic people bombard these little local places and use different names so we can get the sandwiches and stuff. But there were no showcases, there was no things like this. All you could hope for was Johnny Carson. There was no HBO. As a matter of fact, when we started, I didn't know how you made it because there was no TV where you could watch how the comics make it. I just thought somebody would find you somewhere. Yeah. So there were so many comedy clubs. The difference was there were hundreds of comedy clubs. So you worked and 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 you got to know guys and you roll with guys and then you roll with guys you like. And at one time I was in Florida, man. It was like 20. When guys aren't at work, they just come to the comedy condo. You have no home. So there was 20 dudes hanging out at the condo. There was only 4 dudes working.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I live there.
Yeah, because cats just show up because they have a place to go.
That's nice. But they let them stay there.
But you know, it's not even about let. There's no key. It doesn't lock.
Yeah, Zany's in Nashville still has one.
I know.
And there was a girl staying
my
there.
opening act I brought with me, he stayed there. So, dude, they still got it. Yeah.
So no more condo? Like, even for nostalgia, you're not going to stay in a condo?
No, I don't have that much nostalgia.
You don't want to bring your towel in your
I'm done. I'm done with that. I did that time.
That's kind of the big thing, too, is that they're almost not even safe to stay in.
I know. They never were. Yeah. Remember, if you're gonna put comics in, you can't get a nice place. Comedy Works in Colorado has a condo in one of the nicest condominiums in that part of Colorado. Oh yeah,
that's some kind of trade out
deal. It's off the hook.
Yeah. I've been there.
You know that place is nice, right? That place is nice. Cool. So you even call that a condo? That's just cool.
Thanks for listening. That was Justin, Willman, Michael Kosta, Jim Breuer, Kathleen Madigan, and the legendary Sinbad. For the full interview, check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/IndieBohemiansRFN.